Yo, what's up? What's up? I don't make videos like this, but I don't know. Y'all saw me do a live stream on Thunder Liberty. If y'all saw the live stream when I first logged in for the first time, I've never been that excited for a release of a game. Dude, it's been decades. It's probably maybe Black Ops 2 when I went to GameStop to pick it up that night. That was the last time I've been hyped up for a game. Gaming has been pretty dead, especially for the MMO genre. It's been pretty dead. I mean, we had ESO, that's over a decade old. But let's get into it. Now, before I go into the cons of the game, why I'm quitting, why the game sucks, I'll talk about the good things. And off the back, Throne of Liberty is probably the best graphical, visual MMO game out in the market right now, and it's free. So if you have any questions or like thoughts or concerns, or you don't know if you want to play it or not, the game is free, so you should play it. Worst comes to worst, you could just uninstall. Um, so yeah, visually the game, it just looks amazing, bro. I got a 4090 playing on epic settings. It's just like wow, like no game looks like it. So kudos to NCSoft or Amazon Games, whatever. They made that game look literally perfect. But the game doesn't have a soul. The game doesn't have a soul, bro. It's like a pretty female who's just empty inside. That's what Throne of Liberty reminds me of, bro. So we'll talk about the pros first, right? So that's cool. The visuals are cool. Getting to level 50, I had a good time. I actually had an okay time. I mean, the quest towards the end, like that puzzle quest at level 48 or 49, that was like, why put that in there? It was like a puzzle quest. I was stuck in there for like 20 minutes, but it felt like hours. So getting to level 50 was cool, but once I hit 50, it's like, okay, like I could just swipe my credit card, pay about $600, and I'm probably gonna be the top 25 PvP player on my server. Or I could grind 300 hours, which I don't want to do for a game I hardly enjoy. Well, I did enjoy, but it's like, dude, I gotta pay money to enjoy the game. Now the game is free, so this is my method for free games. If a game is free, I don't mind paying $100 in it because it's free, especially if I already have like 100 hours into the game. I think I have like 60 hours in Throne of Liberty. I didn't play early access. I got it during the global launch. And one thing about that too, I didn't like the fact that early access servers, I saw players when I was doing Arena 3v3. I saw people who had early access servers, so they have a 5-day head start on me. Now that's not going to matter if you play the game within the next couple weeks or months, but I just noticed that. So the things that I hate about this game is pay to win. I mean, now people warned me about it, about the Korean MMOs. I never played Lost Ark. I never played Black Desert Online. I think I played Black Desert Online like maybe like an hour. It was like a free game of the month on PlayStation Plus a couple months ago. I played it for like an hour. It's a PlayStation 4 port. It's not even on the PS5. The graphics look like trash, so I didn't play it. Played it for like 30 minutes. And the pay to win aspect, bro, like I could swipe my credit card, pay $600, and I'm ready. I'll be the top 25 player in the Arena 3v3. But do I want to do that? Like, like for instance, and another thing I hate about the game, right? How soulless this game is that no one talks in the game. I understand there's bots. Every MMO is going to be overflooded with bots. I get it. It's okay. But nobody talks in this game. Why is that? And that's the reason why games, like, even though I don't play RuneScape no more, I haven't played that game in years, but I appreciate that game even more because I remember back in the days. Now, I'm not sure how old school RuneScape is. I'm pretty sure that's probably infested with bots now, but I'm talking about the original RuneScape 2 back in like 2005. Everybody talked. If you were stuck on the quest, you could go to Varrock and people would help you out. You made friends, and it just made the game better. Just the community. You go fishing, and everybody would be talking. Be 10 people talking, fishing on a Saturday morning, in Karma Jarrah, right? And there's like 10 people talking, and you making friends, and it's cool. But Throne of Liberty, I'm typing and nobody says anything. It's like soulless, bro. It's like a soulless game, bro. That's what I'm feeling, all right? And also, if you play on your PC and you use a controller, whenever you switch to the keyboard, there's like an annoying transition that takes like 3 to 4 seconds. It's so annoying. Maybe that's why people don't type in the game, because it just takes too much time. I hated that about it. Okay, so that's one thing I hate about it. Pay to win, and it's just a soulless game. Also another thing that I hate about this game is the dungeons. Okay, so if you're playing a dungeon, right, and right before the boss dies, you could get kicked. And let's say the boss dungeon, the dungeon took you 30 minutes, an hour, whatever how long it took, right? And then the last minute, you just get kicked out by some douchebag because they want to get the loot to themselves. And they didn't implement any way or like for them to get banned by doing that. You could do that. You could legally do that. You kick someone before the match ends. And it's like, dude, I just wasted 30 minutes of my time. Another thing I hate about this game when this game first came out, I understand this new boss. People don't know what they're doing. Even there's a time where I didn't know what I'm doing. And when I had, I think there's like 5 people in dungeon, right? There may be like 2 people who don't know what they're doing, and then there's 3 of us who know what they're doing, and there's one guy who's literally spamming and raging in the chat because the other 2 don't know what they're doing. It's like, dude, this is a new game. Like, what MMOs might be dead, bro. MMOs, it might be over for MMOs, bro. Like, yeah, we got the old ones, the games that have been out for 20 years, but like, when are the new ones? Like, this pay to win model that we're going to, guys, is not looking good. And see, another thing I appreciate about RuneScape, I'm praising RuneScape so much, but I don't even play that game. That game sucks probably now too, right? But if I were to pay $500 on my credit card, right, and I'd buy gold, yes, it would give me a competitive advantage, but that game requires skill. Throne of Liberty, literally, if I swipe $500, if I know my combos, which is very simple, if you keybind it, like, dude, I'm already better than you. Like, that's not fair. Another thing I hate about Throne of Liberty is the guild dominance. Like, this game is based on guilds because it's open world PvP. So if there's a dungeon, or not a dungeon, there's a boss in the open world, if that guild dominates the server, no one's stopping them. So it's guild based, which is good and bad because guild based means that people can be communicative, but people could do that without guilds. I don't like MMOs too that have the dailies, the weeklies. It just feels more like a chore than more like actual fun. It just feels more like a chore. It doesn't feel like I'm having fun. It feels like I'm working. One of the best MMOs, they didn't really have that. Now some people might not mind it. Like ESO, that's probably one of the last MMOs I played a lot. Elder Scrolls Online. That was fun for a little bit. They kind of killed off the PvP. I noticed a lot of these MMO games, they cater more to the PvE content because those are the people who actually play the game. They're less toxic and they bring in more money. And I get it. PvP players, I'm a PvP player, but I prefer PvP over PvE. Just my opinion. I mean, I don't mind doing some content, some dungeons here and there, PvE content, but for the most part, I'm there to PvP, bro. PK. Like, let's get it. That's the most fun I have. It tests my skill. It's competitive. Makes the game more fun to me, whether I'm winning or losing. But I noticed that with MMO games, they cater more to the PvE content, guys, because, like I said, it brings more players, and that's true. If you're a PvP player, let's stop being toxic. Like, I understand, the nature of man and being competitive, but yeah, man, I like that the game is free. It only got, I think, like, it peaked at 300K on Steam, which is awful for a free game. That's not good. You had New World back in 2021, which is a full price game that peaked at almost a million people. You just had that Wukong game, that was, I believe, like $50 or $60. That had over 1 million people on it. So Throne of Liberty only having 300K. I did more research on the game too. The game is dead in Korea servers, and it's a Korean-based game. So if it's dead over there, and you could get best in gear slot, I looked it up in Korea because there's so many bots and there's no demand for it. There's so much supply and no demand. You could get best in gear for my, let's say, because I'm a sword and shield and God sword, right? So I think it would be like less than $100 for me to get best in gear slot. I think I'm not sure what my gear score would be, but in America currently, dude, it's like maybe $2,000. So maybe when like the game is like dead, I may hop back on it and just swipe my credit card for $100 and get the best gear. But even then, dude, I'd probably get bored of it. Like, I'm telling you, the game has no soul to it. It's a new game. I'm not saying the game is trash too. Like I said, I'm not saying the game is trash. Y'all remember, y'all saw that live stream I did. I was so excited to play the game, bro. I've never been that happy to play a game. I was waiting for release date. I had so much FOMO during early access. I didn't buy early access, and I was thinking about it, but I was like, I didn't want to be on the sweaty server. So I was like, I'll just wait. But day 2, I was getting so much FOMO. But then I was like, it's day 2 already. I already missed out, So the next MMO game I'm waiting for, which comes out in like 4 days, is New World. I know, New World sucks. New World, they abandoned it. I never played New World before. I played the beta on the consoles, so I'm pretty sure I'll get at least 200 or 300 hours on New World. And that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a game I'm going to be putting in play for the next 10 years. Like, let's be honest. Those days are behind us, especially me being 31 years old now, having family, having kids and stuff like that. I'm already past those days, but yeah, man, the PvP MMO game is like it's over, bro. There's none. There's like I'm telling you guys, it's a soulless game. And I'm not getting paid, so I could just be real. Now, if I was getting paid, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, guys, the game that has its cons, but it just I can't. I'm gonna just keep it real. The game sucks. If I were to give it a 10, well, maybe I want to say it sucks. It's just like, dude, if you're okay with paying money, which I'm okay with paying money. It just depends. But just for this type of game, nah, I'm definitely not okay with that. Getting to level 50 is fun. So if you're in the need of an MMO just to level up to get to the end game, I guess I say go for it. I guess I had an okay time. I mean, another thing that I hate about this game too, bro, just popped into my head. The controls on this game is awful on the keyboard. I mean, it just feels so awkward and clunky. The camera angle, it just feels so bad, even on action mode and not on action mode. It just feels awful, bro. Like, it's just bad, man. And I wish Final Fantasy 14 had a PvP type of build in the game. I would love to play that, but it doesn't. But yeah, that's my review. If I were to give Throne of Liberty out of 10, it's free. It looks amazing. Um, Getting to level 50 was somewhat fun. Those are like the only pros I could say about that game. So I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. I think that's a fair review. Giving it a 6 out of 10. People give it a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, an 8 out of 10. Maybe when I was like level 30, I probably would have gave it like an 8 out of 10. Like in mid game, like I was having an okay time. The fishing in the game is so bad too. Fishing in that game is so trash, man. I was stuck on that quest for a good minute. But yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, 6 out of 10 is not a bad score, but it's like for the hype and all the days that I waited for me hyping this game up, I hyped the game up. I thought the game was going to be good. I knew going to this game that it's going to be pay to win, but dude, there's no MMO games out no more. I heard Riot is making an MMO. I feel like if they make an MMO, it's going to be guaranteed a classic because Valorant, the FPS game, is amazing. League of Legends was a great game too. So I feel like if Riot makes an MMO game, pretty sure that would be a really good, I'll be fun. At least I'll have fun on it. I just already know, especially if they have the League of Legends characters, or maybe if they make new characters, that'd be cool too. But yeah, game sucks. Game has no soul. Throne of Liberty. Boosh, 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 boosh. I'm out. Peace.